See, today we are having a wonderful speaker and who is very well versed in his own field of knowledge. But Dr. Purushotham has been drawn into the Vedic knowledge. Already he has some tradition and he has obtained doctorate in engineering and has been a seasoned senior engineer who has had a number of attainments. But he has got a wonderful scientific spirit as to see and figure out many things. And same application he wants to make to the Vedic mantras also, because all the Vedic seers are scientists basically, and achievements are there more than that science. Therefore, he has been a student since several times, since long time, but already presented number of papers in our Veda, Kendra, annual meet and everywhere. Therefore, I requested him to make some kind of presentation upon Isavasyopanishat, which he is going to explain to us, especially in respect of the sense and significance of that Upanishad today, because Upanishads are very important. All Upanishads are Vidyas, they call it Upanishad Vidya, and they become important guidelines in the royal path of spirituality. That royal path is called as Prasthanatraya. Prasthana is to move in that royal path of spirituality. We have Brahma Sutras, Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita. So now we are having scope to just think of the Isavasyopanishat, which is from Sukla Veda as the last chapter, and it culminates entire rituals, ultimately culminate into philosophy and wisdom. And therefore, let us listen to Dr. Purushotham, who has obliged to speak to us and educate us in respect of the important Isavasyopanishat, which tells that Ishwarena Avasyam, the whole universe belongs to him. Though we claim something of the universe as our own, it is temporary. But unfortunately or fortunately, we think that temporary is permanent and we worry, we fret a lot. But the truth is, Avasyam Ishwarena Idam Jagatam Sarvam. So, with this little introduction, I would like to request Sri Purushotham to try to educate us on all these things. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much for your introduction, and probably I do not deserve to be here in such an august gathering of Veda Adhyayana Kendra, Nada Veda Adhyayana Kendra, which has got the reputation of having been imparting the knowledge of Veda for the last 25 plus years, now 26 years I believe, and both in the field of music and in Vedas. I think the amount of work that is done by the Kendra, not personifying, not talking about our Guruji and Guruni, both of them have done a great job, and the who's who of spiritual world in the last several years may have either visited our Kendra or have honored our Kendra. They have so such a reputation we have, and Guruji has been teaching Veda for so many students, for so many years. And whatever little I learned is only from Dr. Pravachana. And so, as in a spirit of student talking to other students, I thought it is fate for people to talk about this small Upanishad, and I wanted to do this because I thought it is small. Then I realized it is probably one of the toughest one and most debated, and then there is no going back, having accepted. So I thought, let me do whatever and by another elementary level student. So those of us who are much learned and can really throw a greater light, I welcome your opinions and suggestions as to how we can improve on this. I would like to use a few slides for this presentation to make it easy for more for me than for you. So let me try. Are you able to see the slide, our page? It is Isavasyopanishat, but the sense, significance and relevance of it is what is the complete title of this talk, and this title is actually given by Dr. Pravachana himself, Guruji. So I just want to keep those boundaries within which I would like to talk whatever little I could learn. The significance is something which I would like to speak first, and then the sense. Most focus is on sense, and relevance is as it comes by, as we get along. So this is, as I said, is for the starters, and let us keep that in mind while going through. I would like to acknowledge the type of support or information I got from our Guruji and Professor Na, and also Professor Kendra, who have given me some direction when I said that I have embarked upon this project. They gave some very good inputs. I would like to acknowledge that. And mostly I depended, other than the notes I have of Guruji, I have referred to the online material. The whole thing starts with the darshanas. Darshana is an angle or a view or a vision or a philosophy of the truth from a particular standpoint. And the darshanas are two types, broadly categorized as astika darshanas and nastika darshanas. Astika darshanas are the ones which hold the authenticity of Vedas, and nastika are the ones which do not uphold, which do not believe the pramana of Veda. Let us not go into the literal meaning of astika and nastika, that is not meaning here. Astika darshanas include Samkhya, Yoga, Adhyayana, Vaiseshika, Purushotham and Uttaramimamsa, which is also called or referred to as Vedanta. So the Nastikas that includes Charvaka, Jaina, various varieties of Buddhism. Astika darshanas, are we looking at all the darshanas? We are just looking at Uttaramimamsa because that is the place where we find the Vedanta or the end of Vedas, which is which are the Upanishads. Come to that. So very quickly, everybody knows that we have the four Vedas, and the Yajurveda is divided into two, Krishna and Sistla Yajurveda. And each Veda has multiple shakhas or recensions, which is too much of a detail for us now. We will not get into it. So the structure of Veda, each Veda has got typically these four parts with certain minor exceptions here and there. Samhita is the core of the Vedas, which are typically the revelations or the pictures which the rishis have seen or understood or heard or envisioned. They recorded it. They are more like theorems or sutras or bits and pieces. They may be complete sentences. Sometimes they may not have the proper grammar in it. But the point is that just projecting a picture of whatever they have seen or they have realized. So they are referred to as most, fully speaking, Aupurushas. When they refer to Vedas, they are mostly referring to Samhita. Brahmanas are the explanations of these Samhitas, getting into the rituals as to how to perform. Some message is given in the Samhita, it is elaborated in the Brahmana with the details of the rituals and practices. Aranyakas goes further to their long-term goals. There are several material benefits which probably are required for man to live and show or so in the Aranyakas, and these are typically studied in the forest because they are now getting into to the next higher level. Upanishads are the gist of all the Vedas. Typically they are towards the end of Brahmanas or Aranyakas, and since they are at the end, that's also called as Vedanta. And Upanishads give the real meaning or the spiritual meaning of Vedas. So we are in the Upanishads part, and we are speaking of one Upanishad. And while we are at Upanishads, it's important for us to just quickly recapitulate various Upanishads attached to different Vedas. So Arvi is a Rigveda, Aitareya Upanishad. Krishna Yajurveda has Taittiriya and Katha. Sukla Yajurveda has Pradharanyaka and Isavasya. Samveda has Chandogya and Ena. And Atharva Veda has Manduka and Mandukya. And there is not that these are the only 10 Upanishads. Generally they are referred to as Dasha Upanishads. And there are some people classified as 12 which are more important as a Mukhya or major Upanishads. And there are others which can be classified into Sannyasa Upanishad, Vaishnava Upanishads, Shaiva Upanishads, Shakta Upanishads, etc. etc. So this is done by another Upanishad which is typically the last of the accepted 108 Upanishads. But now we are considering Isavasya Upanishad, which is part of the SYV, which is Sistla Yajurveda. So let's get into the significance. So far, in the background, what is the significance of Isavasya Upanishad? This is one of the principal Upanishads which are part of the ancient one. There are two phases of the Upanishads, and this is in the second phase is more like a poetry like Upanishads. Some of the Upanishads are in prose and some are in the poetic form. This is in the poetic form. However, it is unlike other Upanishads. It is not at the end of Aranyaka or Ramana. It is the last chapter of the Samhita itself, as Guruji has mentioned in the preliminary talk. So that is significance in the sense it is uniqueness of Isavasya. And this is one of those two Upanishads which can be either chanted with swara or without swara. We can read them like a prose, we can read them like a poetry as well. That has been the practice. And this is one of the most commented, discussed and debated Upanishads. Gandhi seems to have been quoted quite often, though he is not one of the acharyas, but I think he is the father of the nation, and so he is quoted saying that the very first verse in the Isavasya Upanishad is good enough. Even if we lose a lot of other material, that single one is intact. I think our tradition is intact. I think that is the highest respect he is showing. Similar things like Chinmaya also has said that the greatest importance can be given to the very mantra of Upanishad. So even Shankara seems to have said that this is the spiritual Upanishad, and none of the mantras, in the sense, none of the mantras of this Upanishad are used in any of the rituals. Probably it is not exactly true. One of the mantras I think is used in the last rites. So the point is more stressing on the point that unlike all other works, though it is a part of Samhita, is spiritual in nature. So that is the significance. There are two recensions. Like I said, there are different shakhas in each of these Upanishads. And in the Sukla Yajurveda, we have two main shakhas, Kanva and Madhyandana. Kanva has 18 mantras. Madhyandana has just one less. 1 to 8, they are exactly the same. In both the versions, they present same thing. So 9 and 14, the order is changed a little bit. What is 9 in Kanva becomes 8, serial order 8 in Madhyandana. What is 9 in Kanva is actually from 12 of 12 is brought in this position, so on and so forth. Not a big deal. So 15th, and the 15th, actually 17th, the stanza 17 is taken and modified a little bit in Madhyandana. It is not exactly the same. 16 of Kanva is totally dropped in Madhyandana. 17 and 18 are actually 15 and 16. So minor differences, just one is modified, another is dropped. And we change. That is all. The difference between the two. So we will take Kanva as the standard because it has got more number of stanzas and we can cover everything. We actually are starting the job now. The activity of Isavasyopanishat starts now. Sense. We will focus on sense. Starts with the Shanti mantra. Purvamada Purvavidam Purnat Purna Mudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. When often it is heard, repeated, many people know it by heart. Words we will end every mantra with the Shanti. This Shanti mantra of Upanishad, like every Upanishad starts with something. Isha also starts with this. And taking literal meaning, I want to take the literal meaning as much as possible. Very soon I realized it is not possible because literal meanings do not really convey much. And most of these mantras either are incomplete or in the sense of complete word sentence, they are either incomplete or they mean something different. Here, taking a simple meaning, it says that is full and this is full, and full comes out of full, and even if full is taken out of the fullness, what remains is still full. That is all it means, and you can use instead of full the infinity and try to make some meaning out of it, etc. etc. But some philosophical thing is really required. Every profession has their own terminology. If you are talking to the accounting people, they may talk of various financial ratios, E by E, or a company is in red, so on and so forth. If you are talking to the shipping people, they may say even keel, or bill of lading. These things probably are not easily understood and cannot take literal meanings. And similarly, those who are in the day trading, they may use the port at and call, multiple other terminologies. Same way, there is nothing wrong if Vedanta has its own terminology. So, in the Vedanta paribhasha, others Sabdam, that refers to the Brahma, that refers to something which is not seen. Idam here is this word. So we are saying Purna Mada, Brahma is full, Purna Midam, this world is also full, Purnam, Purna Mudachyate. The full or complete world has come out of the full or complete Brahma, and even after that Brahma remains full. This is the philosophical sort of a meaning, and we can also use it for practical. This is the relevance part. What does it mean for a common man? Quite often we say it doesn't matter, take it easy, take it light, don't worry. These words are actually coming out of this philosophical sense only. When you are talking of a large extent, small differences in length do not really matter. So when we enter the field of philosophy or the spirituality, we are using a different frame of reference. So what is very important here may be immaterial, doesn't matter over there, that higher unit of measure. When we are trying to measure the distance between stars, we may be using light years. At that point of time, it doesn't really matter whether 2 feet this way or that way. I said, I will be not using swara here because in this Upanishad we can use both. Ishavasya vidam sarvam yat kincha jagatjam jagat tena chaktena bhunjitha ma grutaha kasyas vidhanam. Here, Isha is the Lord or the Ishvara. Avasyam is the inhabitant, or he lives here, or it can be enveloping. Idam sarvam, the entire thing, means this universe. Whatever, etkincha is whatever is there, jagat jagat. Jagat itself is changing thing, that is how the Vyutpatti is. Changing thing is jagat, the universe, and this moving universe. And the moving universe is very scientific terminology because today everybody knows the universe is continuously expanding. So, and our people may have used the word jagat to indicate the universe, which is its literal meaning itself is changing or moving. Anyway, Isha Vasya Vidam Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatjam Jagat. It is the Ishvara who is enveloping or who is inhabitant of this entire universe, whatever is there. In all of that, he is present. Tena chaktena bhunjita ma bhutaha kasyas vidhanam. Kasyas vidhanam means whose property is this? In those words. Okay. Tena chaktena, leaving it out, or by chaktena is renouncing. Leave it out and bhunjitha and enjoy. It means what is it that you are leaving and what is it that you are enjoying. Leave out things which are not yours and enjoy what is yours. Rightfully, whatever God has given, just enjoy it and you are entitled for it. What is not yours, ma grutha. Don't try to force it away from someone. Here, from whom is it we are talking of? Because everything belongs to God only. He is the owner of this entire universe. And ma grutha, when we are saying it, we are not referring to other individuals here. Wherein anything that is there outside is God's. There is no question about it. So don't look for it. That means don't aspire for it. It's a very simple meaning. One can go a little philosophical in this. It is said that you get maximum satisfaction in life. All problems are coming with desires. If you are not having any desire, you are most satisfied person. Because all problems are because a desire is there, it is not satisfied. So the whole activity starts in order to satisfy those desires. So either you have all desires fulfilled all the time because they are not ending, one after the other keep coming. You race and you are so successful that every desire that comes to your mind is immediately satisfied, which is an impossibility. Then you keep on running and you never reach your goal. Or just don't have any desires, you are already there. Because you don't have desires, you don't have to run, fulfill it, and you will feel totally satisfied. It is difficult for a common man to appreciate it. So, but a philosophical man can probably at least appreciate that there is a satisfaction in renunciation also. So we can take examples like in a good function, some 2 or 3 people have taken the trouble of cooking for all people, and rasagullah or brinjal curry, something whatever they may have cooked, he is highly appreciated. And towards the end, there are those cooks and those people who serve, they eat it at the end in our tradition. So when they are trying to eat, probably what is the most famous one is all exhausted because it's in high demand. It's very tasty. But do you think that they will be unhappy that they don't have it? Actually, they will be happy. They will feel more satisfied, even though they cannot eat it. The satisfaction they are getting out of renunciation. So this is just an example. So renunciation also has an ability to give you the satisfaction or the feeling of fullness. quotes, it also has similar points. Here, the relation between Jiva, Jagat and Brahma is what is really discussed here. We go to the second one. This is also nature of the God, but more on our duties. Kurvannevaha karmani jivishet satam samana evam tvai nanyadheto asti na karma lipyate nare. Kurvan is continuous tense. Keep on doing. Eva, only keep on doing things. Iha, in this place, karmani, all karmas, all actions. Okay. Iti vishet. Iti vishet is be happy and wish for it. Okay. Satam samaha, for 100 years. Okay. So look for, keep on doing your work. The focus is understood. For I live with a just in life, with the real karma in life, not keep on doing things without excitement. Okay. Just you want to keep on doing your work with focus and enjoy your life. Okay. Evam tvai na anyadha itaha asti. No other thing is there for you. Anyadha itaha asti na karma lipyate nare. The one which will not strain you, any action which will not create impression on you or bad or good. What is that way? This is the only method. What is that method? Keep on doing your work. With a focus and with a just for life. So here is our duty. Our duty part is coming in the second stanza. And who is God? Nature of God is given in the first one. So in Gita also you find similar references. So those who are interested probably can refer. So suppose you don't do it. What is the result of non-compliance? Okay. If you do not listen, what is it? You don't listen. You don't keep on doing your work. You get attracted to other things in life. Means you try and look at some other aspects of life. Asuryanama te loka anthena tamasa bhuka namste prechadhigachanti eke chatma hano janaha. Asuryanama loka. There is a word called, there is a word, Asuryanama. There is a demonical word, a word known as demons world that is there, which is blinding darkness. Okay, it is covered with that. There they go. When do they go after the death? After they become preta, after their death, they reach there. They there they go. Tam te prechadhigachanti. Eke, those who jana, who harm themselves. Who are the people who are harming themselves? Those who are distracted by the senses, do not have the focus and harm themselves. The harming can be like killing themselves. Okay, it is not physical killing, but it is getting into the wrong direction. Okay. So, if you do not have the right jnana, you will reach the darkest areas in the universe. Okay. Now, the fourth one is talking about the nature of Atma. Okay. Aneja dekam manaso javiyo ena deva after one purva marshat after one purva marshat. Purvam is the earlier only. Arshat is the gliding by, quickly coming. Okay. Aneja dekam. Aneja is a single one. Aneja is non-moving one. Dekam is single one. So Atma nature is described as it's moving, single, Asmin Apo Matarisva Dadhati. So it is in one place, this turn, okay, but at the same time, it has got the ability like a wind to move around, to move on. That is, Atma is a single place, it is in one place, but at the same time it is faster than the mind, it can reach earlier than the gods, and if it has to have a race, it can move faster than anybody else. It is in a single place, at the same time it can spread all around. Okay? So, it is mutually opposite characteristics. In the sense, it is there everywhere. Anything which is there everywhere can be seen here and there as well. So, it is faster. At the same time, we can't say it is moving because it is there everywhere. It doesn't have to move. So, that is the nature of Atma. And Atma's nature is little further elaborated. Tatejati, Tannejati. Ejati is moving. And Nejati, not Ejati is not moving. Tat Dure, Tat Vantike. That's very far and at the same time this is very close. Antarasya Sarvasya Tadu Sarvasyasya Bhatyataha. It is everywhere, inside, outside, it is close, it is far off. Okay? It is as it is said in the Narayana Suktam, Antar Bahishya Tat Sarvam Vyapya Narayana. So it is everywhere. Nature of self-realized soul. It is the next one. Yastu sarvani bhutan atmanyevam pashyati sarva bhuteshu cha atmanam tatona vijagupsate. The person who has seen sarvani bhutani, all living beings and non-living beings, atman pashyati. A person who has seen all the all other things within himself, okay, and sarva bhuteshu cha atmanam, and all other things in himself, tataha na vijugupsate. From him it cannot escape. It means here it is the soul, it is the atma. A person who has seen, who can see all things in himself, and he in all other things. Okay. From such a person, the Atma cannot escape. Means that he becomes self-realized person. It is also said in the Gita 12th chapter, when he is talking, Lord Krishna is talking about the people whom he likes most, or somewhere around. Okay, where he says that he sees he is there in all bhutas, and all of them, they are all in himself. And a person who can see this, who can understand this, is the one whom he likes most. So, the sarvani bhutani atmaiva atmaina abhut vijanata. Asmin sarvani bhutani atmanava bhut vijanata tatra moha shoka ekatva purushotham. He is repeating the point of 6, the earlier one only. The one who sees all bhutas in himself and himself in all, and he can see no difference as single is. For such a person, tatra moha shoka. What delusion he has and what infatuation he will have and what type of a sorrow he will have. He will have nothing. He is fully satisfied because for him everything is all same. He doesn't see difference between himself and others. So the next one is the nature of higher self. So far we have talked about the God, his nature. Second, Atma. Third one is about what is my role, what am I supposed to do, and if I do not follow what happens, where do I go, and then what is the nature of Atma, and what is the nature of the higher self. Okay. And a person who has seen himself, the self-realized soul, this is the actual general meaning also we should have a good picture. We should not get lost in the details as well. So, sa varjaka Apapam, Avpranam, Asnaviram, Shuddham, Apapavidham. Avihi, Manishi, Varibhu, Swayambhu, Jato, Ardhan. Yataha, Shasvadipyaha, Samabhyaha. Come into easier words for me to understand and also for those of you who know a little Sanskrit, we can do that. Paryagat is just comes, okay, he moves around. And Sa is he, Shukram is bright, okay, Akayam, he doesn't have a body, and he is blemishless, unwounded, okay. Asnaviram, they are sinews, so there is internal ligaments, etc. They are not there. Shuddham is a clean person, Apapavidham, and he doesn't have these sins. Such a person. Kavihi, Manishi, he is a prophet or he is a very wise person, Paribhu, he can look up from higher planes, he is a wiser person. Swayambhu, he has come out of himself, he says, not born, he is there, that's all. Yadha Tadjat Ardhan, Yadha Tadjat as is, Yadha Tadha, Yadha Tadjat Ardhan, your duties, Yadat, he will distribute Shasvadipyaha Samabhyaha, and they are permanent. So this person, this higher self, who is such a blemishless, clean, wise, self-governing thing, we may call it he or she, it doesn't matter, okay, because there is no gender there. And that such a powerful power has distributed the work of creation or many other duties of this world among all other forces for eternal times. So he has made perfect arrangements. In other sense, the nature of higher self is that the long-term history for us, yes, the arrangements are made for everything like seasons, rains, and whatnot. So that is the nature of higher self. I just am leaving a small summary of meaning for those who want to play. Okay. Well, I think I need to go a little faster. Therefore, what I have done is there are 6 mantras, 8, 9, 10 and 11, one set, 12, 14 another set. Basically, what they are saying of is 2 dualities. Vidya and avidya is one set, and Sambhodhi and Asambhodhi is another. Vidya is to be taken here as the material knowledge. So if you don't give such meanings, and I was thinking of not giving any meaning, but go only by literal meanings, but we can't go far if we do that. So some meanings we have to probably follow the acharyas to some extent at least, because I want to do that minimum. Try to understand as is from first principles as much as we can, and supply only to that extent what is absolutely required using our common sense rather than going into the theories. So we do that. Vidya is knowledge of this world. Knowledge of this world. Vidya is Paravidya, which is the higher level of knowledge, which is knowledge of the spiritual world of the Brahma. These are the 2 types of knowledge. So in 9 says one who follows, who meditates on one, means one practices only material vidya, he will also have problem. So anyway, person who follows vidya, means the spiritual knowledge only, he will also not succeed. And Sanja talked about, he has to follow both. Says vidyam cha avidyam cha yat transcend death, but you should attain the immortality or the Amrutatvam. So this is the goal. So now there is a lot of discussion. Many people discuss about Vidya, what is it, what exactly is it? In a simple explanation, I think you can take it as a material knowledge and spiritual knowledge. And only one is not enough, you need both. And what is Mrityu here and how with the material world, with material knowledge you will kill or you exceed the death is something which needs to be discussed only in the higher level philosophy sessions, but now we will leave it out. But there is a question we pose for ourselves for the time being. And do not comment on it, but would like to meditate a little bit on it. So, that's the meaning of in first three stanzas. Only I have taken the last one, which is a summary. Similarly, Samhutim cha vinasam cha yastat vedo bhayam saha vinasena mutchum tirtva sambhutya amrutamasnute. So, Sambhuti, Asambhuti are two things. Again, it's a dual. Sambhuti is which is expressed or manifested. Manifested Kendra is Sambhuti. Asambhuti is the one which is yet to be manifested. It is not the manifested. It is like the nascent form. Now, to follow either one of them, we are going nowhere. To follow both. So the summary is, and wise people have said follow one, follow the other one. So that is the second stanza. Third stanza, the summary part of it is, follow both. And using one, attain or exceed death, and following the other, you will be attaining the Amrutatvam or the eternal state. Now, again, one small point I would like to bring to your attention. Just as in the case of Vidya and Avidya, here Sambhuti and Asambhuti are used, but in both the first two stanzas, which I am not bringing here, the summary, for some reason, Asambhuti is not used, Vinasham is used. But I do not understand why they have not used some Asambhuti here, but why Vinasham is used, and there are not many commentaries are talking about it, actually. So that also is some question which we would like to park for our next level discussion. Okay. So, but going by nature of things, in the practical life we see this world and this world is expanding alright. At some stage it can go into a singularity concept where entire mass, entire energy, everything gets sucked up under high gravity, and a singularity is formed where none of the physical laws will hold. All the physical Newtonian laws will fail, and all the relativistic laws will tell you it is beyond reach. So, it's something like a black hole. So, I am just trying as a comparison, there is no proof. What all I am saying is, when we are saying Sambhuti, it is all the expressed, manifested what we are saying. Asambhuti is the one which is not manifested, which is in the nascent stage, which is star, where highest densities are there, where none of the physical laws hold good, and that is Asambhuti. And since Asambhuti is like Vinasha, because everything is destroyed, probably for us will be there for Vinasha. Is my interpretation. Not that I am knowledgeable, but I am trying to keep as simple as possible. Extrapolations of the meanings. Therefore, from that angle, I just like park that idea and move forward. Sight of God. Hiranyena patrena satyasya apihitam mukham. Apihitam is closed or covered. Hiranyena patrena satyasya apihitam mukham. By the golden disc, the truth is covered. The face of God is covered. Tattvam, ocean, Apavrunu. Please remove or remove it. Satya dharmaya trushtaye. For the sake of Satya and Dharma, please remove that golden disc which is covering the face of truth, of the face of God. Okay. So, more like a prayer. Then comes sight of God. Ushan ekarshe yama surya rajapatya vyuha rasmi samuha tejo yatte rupam kalyanatamam tatte pasyami. Ushan is even a god or one of the gods. Okay. It can be anybody, it can be sun also. Ushan, ekarshe, only share. It's a description of the Ushan. It is also described variedly as Yama, Surya, and descendants of Prajapati. Okay, and we were addressing them, and we are saying these bands of multiple bands of very powerful rays. You just widen them, spread them around. We would like to see the auspicious face of the God. Yatte rupam kalyanatamam tatte pasyami. Whatever may be the auspicious face of God, that much we would like to see. Yo asau purushaha so ahamasmi. This is a wonderful sentence. Yaha asau, this one is the real Purusha, the great God. So ahamasmi, and saha is same as me. So he has been asking for the removal of that golden disc which is covering the face of truth, and probably it is uncovered. And he says, having made all these requests in the first two lines, Pushan and addressing the God in the various other names, remove, please use all your bands of lights. Then suddenly it seems he has seen. Yaha, asau, here, see this one. Purusha, and it looks like once that the disc is removed, he was able to see, and he sees the same face as himself. So this may sound a little bit Advaitic. Even here, I think some of the acharyas, at least well-known people, have interpreted as here he has seen Vishnu here. Okay, so I do not say any Vishnu name, but it doesn't matter. You see God. Okay, at least. That is one interpretation. That's why we don't want to get into the multiple other interpretations. The literal meaning is, I want to see God, I repay Him, and through those powerful bands of light, I see that whatever is God is removed, and I see Him, and I see myself. I'm astonished in this face of God, which doesn't look like any different from me. Very interesting statement. Vayu, anilam, amrutam, edam, rasmantam, sariram. Now, Vayu is the wind, the breath of the last breath into the eternal wind of the big wind. Big wind here is the universal life, and just breathe out, breathe your last. And asmantam shariram, because you are at the deathbed, you are at the last. Anyway, this body is getting into the ashes, becoming ashes, it is so. So breathe your last. Om tato smara, tatam smara, tato smara, tatam smara. It's like a lift. At the end of your life, you are just asked, come on, get up. It's time for you to breathe your last. Anyway, this body is no more there. And at least remember now at the last minute what all you have done. It is repeated. It means that it is Vayunani Vidwan Yodhyasmurana Veno Puyistante Namaguptim Videva. So we are praying Agni God, the leaders, Subhadha, right approach, right path. They take us on the right path towards riches. Riches here is not just money, all good things. Asman, you know our weaknesses and our knowledge, or our plus and minus points, our strengths and weaknesses. Okay. Yo-yo thing. Okay. Yo-yo thing is Varnam. They take us, prevent us from Juhurana. Eno is the sin. Juhurana is again wrong ways of doing things. So ward us off from wrong things, wrong actions, etc. And we pray, who is strong? Nama Muktim Vidhema. We pray you heavily with gratitude and with a lot of reverence. Please lead us on the right path, to the right places, to the riches, and take us away from wrongdoings. This is the final prayer with which the Upanishad ends. I have skipped a couple of them because they are sort of repetitions of summary part I have given, so that I can also squeeze it within the reasonable time. And I have at the end we have, of course, the Sanskrit mantra coming up again. So I tried to keep to the literal meaning rather than the philosophical meaning as much as possible, and have been fully successful. But this is my learning, and whatever I learn, however small it is an opportunity that the Kendra has given me to share with you. I know there are many mistakes or there could be several. I appreciate if you can help me to know it a little more better. Thank you so much.
Any questions or anything to share, please come forward, because this is the most important Upanishad. You must have above all these slokas. Any questions or anything that you want to share, please come. So all have understood so clearly the purport of the Isavasyopanishat. It appears, and Dr. Purushotham has taken very good study and pains to try to understand the difficult Vedic language and try to explain to us the tough concepts that are present here, and we congratulate him and we are very much grateful to him. But I have nothing to offer, but still 1 or 2 points I may say that, but we have the most common mantra, Agni Naya Supathavaraye Asman, and with which the Upanishad ends. Because Supatha, we have got number of doubts, because Sambhuti, Asambhuti, Vidya, Avidya, and like that we have always options posed in the Upanishads, but we don't know which is right and suitable and relevant for us. And Agni is highly knowledgeable God among all gods. Okay, that's why, and moreover, Purushotham has put it for beginners. So we are all beginners, always beginners only, because this is deeper concepts. However, we try to dive deeper, still there is something to know about it. So in that context, Agni is all-knowing, very powerful guide. Therefore, we ask him Naya, and our pitch up is on the Supatha. Supatha means that which is relevant for me, that which is suitable to me, that only he should decide and then lead me into that. Because Vidyaya Mrutyunti Avidyaya Mrutyunti Etva Vidyaya Amrutamastute. avidya and vidya. Avidya is connected to the mundane, knowledge, pleasures and pleasures and all that. And though you are having all that, but keep in mind the vidya, the true philosophy or the true tool, the vipassana of which is very much powerful. And mrityum tirtva amrutam astute. So we have to have the amrutatva. But there are so many impediments or abstractions or diversions and attractions for that kind of transition. Therefore, in the Upanishad, you must know that this is coming from the Vajasaniya Samhita, or say Vajasani, it is called as Vaishampayana. Who is this here for all this Yajurveda, constituent Veda to come? It is Vaishampayana Maharshi. So he only taught all students Yajurveda, and the division came because of the students' behavior. The Yajnavalkya tried to criticize, and therefore Guru became angry and asked that Yajnavalkya to vomit all that knowledge of Yajurveda he learned. And they are all yogic. The students are very much yoga experts and siddhas. So Yajnavalkya gives out all that knowledge, and at the feet of the Guru, his Sishyas become Tittiri. They grab that knowledge of Yajurveda, that's why it became Taittiriya Samhita, because there is Yatayama, so it became a Krishna. And when it is called Krishna and Surya Bhagavan, actually this Upanishad comes from Surya Bhagavan. That's why Asau Chapta refers to Surya. Agni and Surya are the same people almost, because Anjaneya is the best student. We have seen how he demonstrates himself at all occasions, critical, non-critical, soft, hard situations and all that, because he has been initiated into such typical, all-round, full knowledge by Surya Bhagavan. Therefore, Suryanamaloka, Suryanamaloka, there are hells. We don't want to go to hell, and we want to have a bypass. So that bypass is possible when you are able to make use of your stay upon the world with the necessary gadgets. That's why, and moreover, we are giving the truth. What is our body? Vayu, Radina, Matidam, and all these components are there in our body. But whatever be the components, Tasman, Tamasari, what philosophy that it is able to give us, that Sarira Tasman. The Sarira dies, but Atma will come, remains the same. So it is Sarira, the casement, that is holding the Atma and giving all culture, etc. to Atma. And again you have to grab the word Krato Smara. Krutam Smara. These are the very much important words which are Purushotham. Kratu is wise person. Kratu is wisdomful filled person. It is whoever turns to the field of philosophy. Philosophy means love for wisdom. Ultimately, what is that we have got to derive from all this is also a target for us. Therefore, we are all to become kratus. That kratutva comes only after physical action and going through that. So, krutam smara, whatever has been done, we just try to review. And therefore, ultimately, what this Upanishad tells you that if you feel that nothing belongs to you in this world, and you just share the whole thing which is available to you, relevant to you, with a resignation attitude, then you will be safe and will not have much attachment also for the things that are there upon the earth, because we come with empty hands. We live and acquire so many things, and again we have to get out, leave the body empty hands. So, that being the truth of life process, so the Upanishad gives us an eye-opener that Tena Chittena Bhunjita. There is a permission for us to enjoy. Bhunjita, but not with attachment. So, there are a number of interpretations offered to this Isavasyopanishat. By talking 1 hour or something like that, the Upanishad is not totally understood because there is a lot of depth in almost all the concepts and expressions. However, our Purushotham has done a wonderful job. I should feel really congratulating by him because he has referred. And moreover, you have observed he has brought comparison the Bhagavad Gita. This Bhagavad Gita is a very handy book. It's a manual for all people. Because Upanishad is little tough, but Krishna has given Bhagavad Gita Su, Upanishad Su. So Upanishad Su is that the essence of the communication and message contained in almost all the Upanishads. How many Upanishads are there? We don't know. We say 10, 52, 108, 1000, just like that. So the number of Upanishads is simply uncertain. What is the Upanishad? It's the knowledge, which is secret, which you are going to unravel and pursue and try to understand, make your stay here upon the earth really fruitful. Therefore, this Isavasyopanishat is a summarized, simple, useful Upanishad which will give you a clue that you may perform number of sacrifices. Major sacrifices, minor sacrifices, optional rites, but all must be having ultimately the wisdom tagged for all the performances, though we are getting the material benefits correspondingly at the appropriate times. So, Isha Avasyam, this is what we explain that the Isha Avasyam Jagat. The word Jaga means Ya is Janma, Ya is going away. So, what is happening upon the earth? Birth and death, coming and going, these two things are happening. That's why in Saurasuktam also, an addressal is there for Surya Bhagavan, Pasyan Janmani Surya. Oh Surya Bhagavan, you are constantly watching people coming and going. You are not crying for anybody that is going or congratulating anybody for him. You are just doing your job. Kurvannevaya karmani. He is doing constantly his own job, but all changes are taking place. He is unaware of that. That is what is expected. Therefore, when we say Agne Naya Supatha Raye Asman, Raye is that wisdom with which you can really enjoy and with which you don't get much attached. And Vishwani Vayunani Veda, we know the destiny and what we want in individuals. And so we are trying to wash off our sins or impediments, etc. and keep ourselves pure, make us eligible that you will be able to lead us, and for all that great knowledge, encouragement, and push and direction, etc. that you give, Agni, to Surya Bhagavan, to Purushotham, we are very much thankful. So, the discussion on this Isavasyopanishat is started. This is a beautiful time when we have some deliberation, good discussion and explanation on this Upanishad. And we are all very much thankful to Purushotham. And if at all you have got doubts, you can always ask later on also, because he will be appearing whenever you ask him. And thank you very much. We shall recite the Shanti Mantra. Om Sakala Bhavatu